Striking for Kennesaw State, number 22, Trey. McKenzie the ball there. Stop was made by number 8, Anthony L. Pass complete.
Yeah.
Number 24. Touchdown, Buccaneers! First and 1 carrier. Number 24 carrier is handling the ball carrier. This next pass is complete. 294 coming down. Touchdown, Buccaneers! First pass is incomplete, broken up by number 7. Personal pass is complete. Number 11, Colton Cole. Here's Hammond, 4-6. Touchdown, Buccaneers! His pass is incomplete, broken up by number 4, Shane. Number 7. Davis pass is intercepted by number 7, Troy McGowan.
Back to back, baby!
Love you, Coach. Congratulations. Good luck in the playoffs. Congratulations.
And here we go again,
Congratulations to the Charleston Southern Buccaneers, Big South Conference champions.
Yes, sir!
Just talk about this game, your game in particular. I mean, you played really hard today. You had some great runs.
Well, in practice, we had a hard, tough week of practice. You know, executing, we did pretty good, and we won the game in practice, and we just came out here and had fun.
After dealing with the distractions that y'all had to deal with and overcome this year? I mean, just how sweet does this feel?
You know, you have adversity with anything in life, and you just have to push through it and stay focused.
What about their, you know, you knew this was going to be a physical game. They're a physical defense. You guys are a physical offense. Your perception of them and the way the game went, you were able to handle them up front. Your line did a good job.
They did a great job. They did just like we draw it up in practice, you know, and I couldn't do it, you know. They're very physical up front, and we handled them pretty well.
It was, obviously, it's a great feeling for you seniors. Talk about the game and how physical it was and how y'all had to answer their physicality.
We knew going into it they were a physical team, similar to Citadel, but they were a little bit more dangerous. They got a good receiver. I can't remember his name, number 15. But, man, we had a great scheme. Coach Staggs, man, he's like the option guru, so we were well prepared, and I just think we executed very well throughout the entire game.
Can you talk about what this means for all the stuff you guys have been through? We've been talking about it all year. Now we don't need to talk about it anymore. It's all put to bed.
Man, this team's been through a lot. We kept our faith in God. We just kept continuing to believe and push forward, and we were destined for this. I think we're destined for more.
Okay, talk about, you know, for all year we've been talking about distractions, adversity, blah, 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 but this must put it all to bed, doesn't it?
I want to say yes, but ultimately no, really. I mean, I think as a team, through all the adversity we've been through, we've experienced, a majority of us, a conference championship, but there's so much more, man. We want so much more for this team, especially after all we've been through. And it's crazy for me because, I mean, you get to a place and you think that's where all that joy is, but then there's like more, you know? And I mean, I hope it's that national championship, but I think there's always going to be more. And that's why, like, just a relationship with Jesus Christ for me is that thing that only truly satisfies. And that's why I say, far be it for me to boast except the cross of Christ, which the world has been crucified to me and out of the world. And I'm so thankful for these guys. But more than a conference, national, any of these accolades, I want them to know Jesus Christ personally.
And what about the physicality of this game? Both teams were laying some licks. I mean, y'all knew that coming in. They were going.
Dude, I respect the heck out of them, man, because I mean they were coming with it, and I mean we had to fight for every bit of that. But I'm proud of our guys. I mean we went just balls to the wall the whole game, and I mean that's how you got to play against these triple options. You can't have any prima donnas out here trying to get dirty in the triple option. You got to make your mind up before the game. You're going to get down and dirty. And I mean we did, and I praise God for the win.
4 interceptions, man. I mean, just
I know, man.
The secondary.
I would have never guessed that, especially with that kind of offense. You don't expect too many passing, but I mean, our guys, dude, I can't brag enough on these secondary guys. They encourage me so much, man, just being around them and their optimism. After all we've been through, man, we still go out there and grind every day. And that, I mean, I'm so happy for, I mean, people like Troy, man, just all the work I've seen him put in the off season. And I just praise God that he's given me the opportunity to be around these guys, you know.
Back-to-back conference champs. I mean, how proud are you of this team?
Well, you know, I'm extremely proud. This was a tough season, to say the least. There was a lot of adversity that this group had to go through. And coming off 3 weeks ago when we got upset by Gardner-Webb, I didn't know if we were going to be able to see it through. You know, I just didn't know and didn't know where our team was. And to be able to come back the last 2 weeks and win by a combined almost 50 points is pretty special. And to be back to playoffs, I think what this does is it vindicates our program in the Big South, or validates it, and validates us nationally. You know, that we weren't a one-hit wonder going back to Big South championship, being back to playoffs, and that's something that I didn't let on, but I wanted to make sure we could cement, you know, our program that could be somebody considered like that every year. So I'm proud for that.
The way the game was going, that touchdown right before the half, the 2-play, 80-yard, I mean, man, that turned out to be the game, give you that 2-score lead and all the momentum because they had taken it from you a little bit.
They did. We jumped up 14-0. I think their drive, it had to be 9 or 10-minute drive. It was forever to make it 14-7. And, you know, we got the ball there, and we were just trying to run the clock out. I mean, I ain't lying. I ain't no screw. And then we break that one and said, hey, let's throw it, and we score to get 2 touchdowns there in the second half. We both sort of filling each other out. We got that huge run on 3rd and 15 by Shane and be able to get that 3-touchdown lead. And then after that, you know, we sort of milked the clock a little bit. And it was a good ball game. We knew it was going to be tight. We knew they were a good team. They're getting ready to take off, you know, because of all the things they have. But we wanted to let them know that Big South still ran through Charleston, South Carolina. So we were thankful for that.
You talk about turnovers this week, and Shane did not turn it over. played a very steady game, had that big run. That's a redshirt freshman quarterback winning a conference championship. Can you talk about the way he played?
You know what? For what he's done, and I got to give Coach Tucker credit. Every year we've had a starting quarterback get hurt or something the last 3 years, and he's been able to get some guys ready to play to their strengths. And it's not been pretty sometimes, but to be able to do this and the way he played it and the way he handled the pressure. Gardner Webb, I thought he was a redshirt freshman, and the last 2 weeks. He's been a special player, and we didn't throw it much today. Didn't feel like we needed to or put ourselves in that situation, but when we did, he made nice throws, but he really took care of the football, and I think that was going to be the difference in the game. I think they turned it over twice, and we didn't have any, and that helps you win by 3 touchdowns.
Talk about suspensions, 3-week buys, I guess whatever you want to call them, just all the adversity that this team has overcome.
Well, it's been a lot, and I think what more than anything, the mental fatigue got to our team. You talk about suspensions, then you talk about the hurricane and all the open dates and this or that, and it seemed like there was something every week that was still lingering. And it just mentally, I think, got to us, and I think that showed there in the middle of the season there. And some of it on our own, some of it, didn't need to be the adversity, but I'm proud of our guys because we could have used it as an excuse. We could have used it as an excuse, and they didn't. And to be able to do this and come back and be Big South champions again and back-to-back, and I think that one means probably more to this group. Obviously, last year's team went undefeated in the conference, this group, because of what they had to overcome. And I told them in there, when they look down on the ring 20 years from now, there are going to be a lot of memories, but they're going to learn, the lesson to learn is you can overcome anything. If you stick together, you can overcome anything. And our guys overcame more than most we've been going now almost 16 weeks and played 10 football games. That was crazy. That's an NFL season. Literally, that's what it's been, 16 weeks. Nobody realized that. We've been here 16 weeks since August 1st and only played 10 games. So that's a lot of Kevin O'Rourke, and that's a tough, but we figured it out.
You get, I guess, you think you're going to get a home game next week? That's pretty much.
You know what? I don't know. I know we put a bid in for it, and so if they go by their, the rules there, I'm assuming as a conference champion, you should get it over a non-conference champion, but who knows? I'll tell you this: we'll go wherever we're in again, and it's a new season, and now I think the tough part's over because this was expected. And then sort of what you do going on is sort of gravy, and we're probably still going to be, underdogs because of coming from this conference. It's a one-bid league and, having the loss. And so, nationally, I don't know if we'll be a high seed or not. And so, we got to buckle up, see who we play. But when you get in the dance, man, great things can happen. So we saw that last year, and I like our team going forward. And hopefully we came out of this pretty healthy and see who we got and go from there.